This video is going to teach you how to solve discount word problems. Specifically, discount word problems where they say, you bought something for 50 bucks and you have a 15% discount. How much did you pay for it? Or how much was the discount? So let's get started. The first thing that we need to do when we're solving discount word problems is we have to read the problem. And that doesn't mean go through the problem, look for two numbers, figure out whether you need to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. It means you need to get into the problem. You need to read it, you need to visualize it, and you need to get into the story. So let's begin. Tom bought paint at a local hardware store. The total cost of the paint before any discount was $450.50. If the hardware store gave him a 20% discount, how much did Tom pay for the paint? Whoa, that's a lot of information. We've got a percent in there. We've got an amount of dollars in there that has a decimal, so it's $450.50. What are we going to do? How can we break this down? What we need to do is make a model. We need to make a model. So that's going to be our first step. When we make our model, we're going to take all of the information in this word problem and we're going to simplify it for ourselves so we can understand what's going on. Our model is always going to start with the total, right? It's going to start with how much the whole thing was. If we have that piece of information, that's what we need to start with. So what's our whole in this problem? Let's read it again. Tom bought paint at a local hardware store. So Tom goes to a hardware store and he's going to buy some paint. We can imagine that. The total, whoa! If it tells you the total, you know you're looking for the total real soon, right? The total cost of the paint before any discount. So not only is it saying total, but it's saying before any discount was $450.50. Ding, ding, ding! We have found our total. We've got to put it at the top of our model. $450.50 is our total. We're going to put it right up top. The next thing we're looking for is the percent we actually ended up paying and the percent that we didn't have to pay because we had a discount. Let's see if we can find it. If the hardware store gave him a 20% discount, whoa! We found our discount. Look at that. We have our total right here, and we know we got a 20% discount. A 20% discount. So if this is our total, our discount is going to kind of come off of it with an arrow going this way, and it's going to be discount. We're going to write discount on that arrow. And we know that our discount is 20%. It's a 20% discount. So that's what I'm going to write right here. A 20% discount. That means of this total, $450.50, I got a 20% discount. Now, the question asks, how much did Tom pay for the paint? The discount is how much he didn't have to pay. That's how much of a deal he got, right? He didn't have to pay 20%. So if percents are out of 100, and I didn't have to pay 20%, what percent did I need to pay? Well, it's going to be the discount percent, 20%, subtracted from 100%. So we're going to take 100% and we're going to subtract off the amount of this 100% that we didn't need to pay. And we're going to get 80%. Percents work when you add and subtract them just like whole numbers. The only difference is you got to keep this percent sign. So we subtracted our discount from the total of 100%. And we now know that we are going to have to pay, we're going to have to pay 80%. If you got a 20% discount, you've got to pay the rest. Percents are out of 100, so you need to pay 80%. You need to pay 80%. So now we have a lot of important information. We have how much our discount is, 20%, and we have how much we have to pay, well that's 80%. You might be tempted to stop the problem right now and say, hey, I know how much I have to pay for the paint, that's 80%. But read the question. How much did Tom pay for the paint? That's asking you for some dollars, right? How much money did he actually have to give? Not how much percent of the original price. The original price. So you need to find actually how many dollars Tom paid. Well, you can calculate the percent of a whole, right? We need to find how much Tom paid of the total. Or we need to find 80% of the total, how much he paid of the total. And that's going to take us to our next step. We have to calculate. We have to calculate what we need. So we know we want how much he paid for the paint. We know he paid 80% of the total. So step 2 is going to be calculate, where we find 80% how much he paid of the total. Sorry about that. In calculate, remember we're finding how much he paid 80% of the total, 450. So I want to calculate 80% of 450. To do that, and I'm going to do my scratch work over here, all I got to do is change 80 into a decimal. That's going to be 0.80. And, oh, sorry, $450.50. Want to be exact. I just have to multiply 0.80 times 450, 0.50. So I'm going 0.50 and 450. And now we are multiplying. 0, we've got a line of zeros. Whenever you see this first 0, you know you're just going to get a line of zeros because 0 times anything is 0. And now 8. Well, we've got our placeholder 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 5 is 40, so I'm going to put a 0 here and a 4 up here. 8 times 0, sorry, a 4 up here. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 4 is 32 plus 4 is 36. And now we're going to add. 0, 0, 0, 4, 0, 6, 3. And now we have 4 numbers behind decimal places, right? We've got 1, 2, but we've also got 3, 4. So we've got a decimal place here and a decimal place here in front of our 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I get $360, $360.40. $360.40 is going to be my final answer. Why? Because I paid 80% of 450, and so all I had to do was calculate that. 80% of 450.